Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks for joining. I'm Steve. I'm a program manager here at Encode Club. So I was kind of running this Algorand Hackathon. And today is going to be the Algorand Hackathon finale. So we're going to see amazing pitches from 12 different teams. We have the Algorand Foundation judges with us today. Big thank you to them for coming. But first of all, thank you to everybody for participating in this hackathon. It wouldn't be possible without all the hackers and everybody joining today. If you're joining us because you participated, thanks for coming. If you're joining just to kind of see the pitches, amazing. And thank you to all the finalists joining here today along with us. So a little bit about Encode Club if you don't know us already, but we like to call ourselves a Web3 educational community. That kind of means we want to onboard individuals into Web3 and Web3 development. You know, we do that through, learning, starting off with educational series and then kind of hackathons such as this one, or boot camps and accelerators. We build throughout them. We build throughout the boot camps, these hackathons. We either, take those skills we learned, get you hired, or for example, in this case, we'll take these projects, help you through kind of an accelerator and maybe even get you funding. So it's a cool kind of full circle environment that we do here at Encode Club. So a little bit more on what's happening today. So today is going to be the official finale and prize giving. So we'll have all 12 finalists pitch for top prizes, 3 prizes in each category. We'll kind of explain those later. And then we'll judge them and then announce them live here in front of you today. So really fun stuff that happens. You get to see a lot of, cool pitches and then amazing commentary from our judges as well. So big thank you to our sponsor at Algorand. They've been kind of leading us all the way through here. And I actually have Johanna here from Algorand Foundation to say a few words from our sponsor. Johanna, do you want to take it over?
Hey everyone, it's Johanna here from not so sunny Dublin. I just want to say a big thanks to Encode. This is our 2nd year of partnership with Encode, and your ability to nurture the developers, through your boot camps, through the hackathons, and then, ongoing to the accelerator. It's a really, really lovely way to support the developers. We're really excited to see the teams pitching today, and it's great that we have our head of DeFi, Daniel Oon, Shamir for gaming, and PG and NFTs. Sorry, other way around. and yeah, I'm really excited to see the projects that come out here today and to pitch to us, and we hope to kind of support you for the those really strong projects to support you on an ongoing basis. So thanks again, everyone.
Thanks so much, Johanna. Appreciate that. A little more about the plan of action for today, kind of what's happening, the overview. So kind of now we're going into kind of the recap of the hackathon. And then in shortly 5 minutes, we'll have the 12 finalists pitch for kind of about 50 minutes to an hour. We'll have them pitch. Each pitch practice, or each pitch will be about 3 minutes. And then we'll have a Q&A after from the judges. Once every team has pitched, we'll have the judges go out into a breakout room, deliberate, come back and announce the winners live in front of all of you. Very cool how we do it here at Encode, so very happy. So a little background on what was the Algorand Hackathon. So it was a 4-week all online virtual hackathon for your chance to build kind of almost anything on Algorand. We had 3 tracks. Like I said, we'll kind of get into that a little bit later as well. But it was kind of, very open-ended, very creativity to you guys to build whatever you want. We had unlimited support from us, amazing prizes, and we kind of started off with those great workshops. I know we had a few, smart contract workshops in the beginning on Teal and PyTeal to kind of get you guys started. So a little bit more about those challenges. Like I said, the first challenge, gaming challenge, anything that had to do with gaming, first prize, 10,000 algos, second 5,000, third 2,000. And that is kind of a theme throughout these, along with the NFT challenge. Same kind of structure, 3 first prizes, first 10,000, second 5,000, and third 2,000 again, as well as the DeFi challenge. So very kind of open-ended challenges. We had a lot of creativity, a lot of different cool projects that we're able to do during all this. Great. So kind of what are the opportunities afterwards? So a little bit with the opportunities afterwards, you know, you create these new skills, you learn from kind of the workshops, you actually learn by doing, you'll be able to kind of use them in projects later on, maybe, you know, your work skills, etc. Now that you've kind of gone through one of our events and Algorand's events, you've kind of become an ambassador of us, as well as kind of Algorand, showcasing kind of what you built, you know, what you stand for, and kind of you're in our Discord, you're in Algorand's Discord, you kind of foster the community, continue to kind of communicate and, you know, push the development of blockchain. And then, you know, maybe most importantly for your career, you can get hired in blockchain. You've developed, you've showcased, you know, a project, now it's on your resume, your GitHub, and you can kind of showcase, hey, you know, this creates me hireable, would love to, you know, enter the Algorand ecosystem and look for a job. Or even in this case, you know, maybe you get funding after kind of this hackathon and accelerator series. So awesome. So I know Johanna kind of already introduced them as well, but these are going to be our judges for today. So PG, head of gaming, Shamir, head of Web3, and Daniel, or Dan, head of DeFi. So thanks so much to our judges for joining us today. Big thank you. This wouldn't be possible without you guys. So let's get over into the pitches. Awesome. So I will unshare my screen here, and we'll have Brian Whippo from All Right starting us off. Brian, are you on the call today? Awesome. He's already got it pulled up. He's ready to go. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks to Encode Club and Algorand for making this hackathon possible, giving me a great opportunity to build and pitch All Right. My name is Brian Whippo. My professional experience is in the traditional finance industry, where my 13-year career is focused around derivatives trading, commodities, and digital assets. And in my free time, I'm a self-taught software developer. A problem that I've been working to solve is that social commerce transactions with other people are risky. Some marketplaces may offer guarantees, but their fees are expensive and people are frustrated. Unfortunately, traditional risk management services are unwieldy for most situations. All Right solves this problem by bringing escrow to everyone through an elegant peer-to-peer agreement model. There's no middleman because deals are secured by good faith deposits. And most importantly, it is super fast, easy, and affordable. Let's see the All Right app in action on testnet. All right. Cool. In this demonstration, Dave on the left is buying widgets from Beth on the right. So he's setting up an escrow deal in which he'll be paying her 10 algos and securing the deal with 2 USD coin. So he makes a deposit through the app into the smart contract and then sends a customized link to Beth so that when she visits the app, she goes straight to the deal and she can see the terms that Dave has proposed. She's going to be adding 4 euro coin as collateral on her side to secure the deal, and she confirms those terms and makes her deposit. Once that's complete, it locks the escrow. She can see that now, and so can Dave. Once their transaction's been completed, the widgets have been purchased and shipped or whatever, Dave goes back in and he's going to propose a full payment to Beth. He's forwarding the 10 algo to her. So he puts those terms into the app and completes those instructions. And then she's going to do the same. So she can see what he's proposed, that she's going to get full payment, and confirms that. And as soon as she does this and the terms match, the collateral will be returned to both of them and Beth receives her full payment. And just like that, in about 90 seconds, they've agreed to lock and unlock an escrow deal. That's all there is to it. Super fast and easy. So the road ahead for All Right focuses on bringing this product to the people. I want to introduce Allright to the market along with learning resources, put the tool in people's hands to get initial feedback, and work to refine the user experience and adjust the product market fit. With the appropriate smart contract audit and legal diligence, Allright can then go live for real money deals. Thanks again for your time today. To learn more, visit allright.app. What will you buy or sell through Allright?
Amazing. Thanks so much, Brian. Any questions from our judges?
All right. Are you calling or should I call on?
I think Charles is just a hacker. So if there's any questions from the general public, please put them in the chat. We'll only use kind of the timing here for the judges from Algorand Foundation.
I have a quick question for Brian. So Brian, overall, like in the medium to long term roadmap, like what is your target audience? How do you plan to reach that audience? And by the way, great presentation and very sexy UI and pretty slick product overall.
Appreciate it. I think my target audience is going to be kind of middle value transactions through social commerce channels, right? Enough money that there's real risk involved. It could be something like a musical instrument or a car or electronics. Obviously, this could be used for very high dollar transactions, but I think the Facebook marketplaces of the world, the Craigslists of the world are places where people are doing non-trivial deals with real risk involved and sometimes have to take along a friend when they completed a transaction. So that's the target. And I want to create a tool that can be used in any of those contexts that could be embedded in an ad, for example, and say, I'm willing to do this deal through Allright.
Great. Shamir, Daniel, anything else?
I mean, I'll just comment that that makes sense to me. But also, again, when you get back to who the audience is, just to refine it, it might not be the end user, but rather the platform, the marketplace that's using it, right? So just to refine that, I think, are you a B2B or a B2C company?
This is C2C. This is for individuals dealing with each other.
No, sure. But you want to deploy this, right? You want adoption.
Right.
Right. So the question is who like the end user is not always the customer, right? So I guess that is maybe an extra question for you. Would you, when you think of going to market, are you thinking of kind of deploying this to those end users, or would it be, again, more of a top-down approach, working with maybe NFT marketplaces, e-commerce, et cetera?
Yeah, I think there are two possible paths. One would be to find a community or a marketplace where this is a really good fit. It could be in the collectibles arena. It could be in like I said, like musical instruments is something that's come up in other discussions of this type of transaction, and really focus on that niche and grow from there. But I also think developing some ambassadors that can figure out where does this really resonate. They will help me find the first place to launch this to market, I think.
Is it okay for me to ask a question? It's Johanna here.
Yes, no problem. Yeah,
Hi.
Go ahead, Joanne.
I'm interested to see what kind of market research that you undertook.
So I actually have a slide on that in my more complete deck that doesn't fit into 3 minutes, but there's some incumbents in the traditional escrow space that charge like 3% plus fees. Marketplaces are something that really needs to be disrupted. They sometimes charge up to 20% in fees. There's a lot of discontent in gig work marketplaces, people not getting paid, and survey results are pretty shocking. Like half of people say that they've actually not been paid for their work. And this is a big arena. So at a macro level, there's hundreds of billions going through social commerce channels. So we're going to start small and find one which I think may be freelancing or something like collectibles, where there's a lot of risk involved with the transactions. The genuine nature of the product might be at question, and people want to make sure they're not handing over money before they know everything is all right.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brian. I think that's about time for us with all right. Thanks so much. We'll move on to token swap DApp with Glory.
All right. Hi, everyone. Today I'll be doing a quick demo on Algo.Finance. So basically, first of all, I'm Glory. I'm the only one on the team at the moment. So I'm a software engineer. I've been into software development for quite a while now. I recently transitioned into blockchain, and ever since I've been exploring the Algorand ecosystem. So my major interest in Algorand is because of the speed of the blockchain, and the cost is user-friendly and all that. So basically, those are one of the reasons I decided to build on Algorand. So what is Algo.Finance? What do we do? So basically, Algo.Finance is an automated platform that enhances or ensures crypto exchange, as well as swapping, things like swapping, pools, and all that you can find on the platform, including governance. So at the moment, this is the big picture of the solution. This is what the solution aims to achieve in the long run. But for the purpose of this demo, my focus is going to be on the swap dApp. So this is just a general overview of what Algo.Finance will be doing: swap, liquidity pools, staking, and governance.
All right, here's a quick demo of what the project is about. So these are an automated portfolio manager platform, and our services include swapping, staking, and pools.
You're kind of breaking up here, Glory.
What it looks like right now. So this serves both investors and traders alike. You can use this platform. Majorly, most of our assets are going to be deployed, or it's been deployed on the Algorand blockchain. So at the moment, the focus is going to be on the swap. So this is a token swap platform. So I've connected my wallet, and we just have 2 assets at the moment. So when I swap one, I get the other. So if I'm swapping like 5 of this, I get this other one. So then I can click on swap. So this surface is not responding fine. So these are an atomic transaction. I double click on that and sign transactions. So once this is done successfully, I can quickly go back to my wallet and check for the transaction details. So this transaction I just did now 5 seconds ago. I can copy that and go to the Algo Explorer and paste this ID here. And once I do that, I get the transaction details for this transaction. So this is the transaction I just did now, and this is application ID. So for now, that is all for the demo. Thank you.
All right, so that was the quick demo on the swap dApp. So this is the roadmap and the future plans for this project. So at the moment, I've done a bit of product research and design. Then the initial swap smart contract, which is what I just demoed now. And this is currently running on the test net. And for future, more of what I plan to do is to improve on the contracts so that the contract can accommodate more tokens and more swap functionalities. And maybe later on in the future, we'll look at other aspects of the projects. So these are my information if you need to reach out to me. And thank you for your time. If you have any questions, I'm right here.
Great, thanks so much, Glory. Any questions from our judges?
I'll go. So Glory, thank you for the demo. What problem are you solving that no one else is currently solving?
Okay, basically, I wouldn't say it's completely new, but what I actually plan to do with this swap, I don't think we have actually fully integrated interoperability or bridging of assets, whereby somebody can swap one asset with, let's say, another non-network tokens or another blockchain. So those are some of the things I actually plan to look at as we progress.
One quick question, Glory. The way you started off, I thought you were pitching an aggregator, so a way like for people to pretty much have all their balances all across the different DEXs and DeFi protocols to have it in one place. But then, yeah, I guess it turned out to be a DEX. Do you have that in the roadmap? And also a suggestion, we have one of the top protocols on Algorand is called Algo.Fi. So maybe a rebranding there, but that's just a suggestion, of course. But yeah, that's my question.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually in the, it's part of the plan. It's part of the future plans.
Hey, Glory. So, I mean, just jumping in real quick, I think the DEX demo was pretty interesting. I think one thing you could definitely explore is to look at Uniswap v3 algorithm models. So that might help the DEX actually stand out, because in a space where, and in a time where liquidity is commanding more and higher interest rates over time, it's getting harder and harder for DEXs to find liquidity. So if you're able to solve the liquidity issue, then I think the DEX definitely has a product market fit.
Yeah, thank you so much for the contribution.
Great, thanks so much to our judges there. Thanks, Glory. Let's go over to VBank with Mario.
So this is VBank. We are the team behind Vestige, one of the DeFi explorers within the Algorand blockchain. The team is composed by Greg, a full stack engineer and lead dev, myself, and Eric, who's also a backend developer and a core contributor. What VBank is basically, it's an algorithmic stable token issuer. It's based off of the simple JET model. The idea behind it is to create stable pairings for different price feeds based off of offloading that risk into individuals that hold reserve coins. It's different to other stable coins because it isn't limited to just fiat stablecoin issuing. It's trustless, so there isn't any, the stable contract is the one that has all the control over the protocol. It's collateralized, so people in the stable pairing can ensure that they can always get their money. And it's capital efficient because unlike other over collateralized models, it has different mechanisms to ensure that collateral ratios remain above a threshold without committing too much resources. And it also makes up for the fact of an appreciating asset as the reserve ratio. It works by utilizing two pairings, a reserve pairing and a stable one. Reserve one is allowed to fluctuate, whereas the stable should remain constant in accordance to the price feed. And it has different actions that mint or burn based off of the way the reserve ratios are at any given time. It's a bit of math behind it. We can go over it later if you want, but the big question with stablecoins is always the resiliency that they have. VBank itself is rather resilient because it's based off of a paper that has codified loose tree written proof. So it's a formally verified paper. It has been deployed on other blockchains, and the same model has withstanded active attacks. So it's actually like one of the more sensible ways to build a stablecoin, in my opinion. There are some known issues in our MVP, such as the low liquidity, meaning that it can fluctuate dramatically. We're running a low precision Oracle at the moment, and it's running off of a centralized machine, so that's always a point of failure. And we have fixed fees, which means that in the case of PEG, we can't really do anything other than trust in the protocol. And we don't have dynamic pricing, which involves some issues. So as a future improvement, if we were ever to release this on mainnet, we would want to do better oracles, have dynamic pricing, do non-fiat versions for things like index funds, commodities, non-algo, and also use it for non-algo backed contracts. Here's a slight presentation of how it works. Here the person is minting a stable coin, and after signing the transaction, they receive their stable coin. And later on, we can see the person also minting a reserve, signing his transaction, getting it over with. And lastly, burning. And as you can see on the background, it might not be visible from right now, but reserve ratios alter as users mint or burn. And this is available right now on the testnet if the users want to try it out over at vbank.vestige.fi. Thank you very much. And if there's any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Mario, thanks so much. Thank you from VBank. Any questions from our judges?
Yeah, maybe I'll jump in real quick. I think this is pretty interesting. I think it's so how, maybe a quick question, right? So how many percent collateralized are we? Are we maybe 400 or 600% over collateralized?
This protocol itself is made for at a 400% over collateralization ratio, but this is a parameter within the contract. So if you were to do it for things that are a bit more risky, you could do 100% over collateralization for something that's not a fiat currency. For a fiat currency, I would not be comfortable deploying below 400%.
Got it. I think this is actually pretty cool. In terms of algo stablecoins, I mean, even though there's the Luna blow up, I feel that it's something that we should be constantly pushing the boundaries. So very glad that you guys are looking at VBank essentially. Yeah.
The cool thing about this is, like a lot of people are very scared of algorithmic stablecoins because they're like this whole holy grail. But this is kind of very open about how it works. It's like you have the reserve pairing who have to assume the risk for the stable pairing. So the protocol itself is saying, if you're holding reserve coins, you have to pre-assume that those could go to zero. So that is a volatile asset. So it's a more volatile asset than the base currency, in this case, Algo. But because that user is taking on the extra volatility, the pairing side can essentially enjoy what would be a stable coin.
That's great. Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions. Thanks so much from VBank. Let's head on to the next one with Greengo. Paulo with Algo Crowd / Greengo. You are next.
Hello, everyone. I want to thank you, Encode and Algorand, for giving us the opportunity to showcase our project. So here, I introduce you to Greengo. So Greengo is a decentralized, community-driven crowdfunding platform with the main purpose of allowing innovators to raise capital for projects that could help achieve ONU Agenda 2030. That's basically a global list of goals designed to be, and I'm quoting here, a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. So here I present to the team. We are a group of 7 people with different but complementary skill sets. In the first line are the devs, me included, that implemented the platform and applied for the hackathon. While in the second line, we have the people that will help us with the financial, marketing, and legal aspects of the project. So finding capital for a new project can be a difficult hurdle to overcome, and is the #1 reason why startups fail during the first year from launching. So in the last year, we have seen a surge in the innovation field, and I believe it's of fundamental importance to have a tool that allows creators and innovators to collect funds in a trustless and decentralized environment, while keeping the platform fees at a minimum level. So what makes us different from other existing solutions? I believe it's mainly our purpose. I mean, Greengo is a crowdfunding platform, and as such can be used for any kind of crowdfunding. But our mission here is to incentivize projects and products that are driven by sustainable principles, while at the same time allowing users to provide even small amounts of money to fund projects. And this can only be done by leveraging blockchain technology to be extremely competitive. So we guarantee the lowest fees on the market and transaction costs cut to the bone, thanks to the implementation on the Algorand blockchain. Greengo will be also community-driven and configured as a DAO, allowing users to actively participate in the internal governance. With every interaction within the community, and each donation will be associated with a GNG reward that's going to be our governance and utility token.
I think Greengo team is now having a technical issue. Perhaps we can move to next team and come back.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go to Ludo with DiatomiX.
So first, I would like to show you the team. Then I would like to talk a little bit about the vision of the DiatomiX project. And after that, let me show you the demo of the product that we built for the Encode hack. So this is our team. We have senior businessmen, quants, and senior developers. For example, some of the projects from my portfolio are the Votecoin or Ethereum to Algorand Aramid bridge. The DiatomiX will be the derivatives exchange. For this, basically, we need the ASA to ASA order book smart contracts. So basically, we created the DEX on Algorand using ASA to ASA. I created this ARG 017. I published it to the ARG GitHub. And for this hackathon, we have created the web app and the indexer. So let me show you the demo. So here you can see the current block that the indexer is processing. Everything is connected through GraphQL server. Technically, by placing a bid or sell order, you place this smart contract, smart SIG contract to the Algorand blockchain. So let me, for example, show you how to trade. Now I made the trade at 2.22. One Aramid USD. And let me show you, for example, how to place the sell order. The blockchain is submitted to the blockchain. Now we are waiting till it's get processed by the new block. So our future plans with DiatomiX is we have created this ASA to ASA DEX and the MVP. Now we are going to do fundraising, and we will create this derivative DEX MVP this year.
A couple of one, I guess one, Ludo, love the idea of derivatives. Do you foresee in your future doing perpetuals, or also maybe playing around with virtual AMMs or that side of things?
This is not AMM, but we are planning to connect it to AMM so that we can do easy liquidity for market makers.
Yeah, I think DiatomiX is something that's pretty interesting. So from what I understand, it's like variant swaps, right? So it allows parties that are providing liquidity into any DEX, be it Tiny Man or AlgoFi or whichever DEX it is, to kind of like buy a hedge against their impairment losses using the platform. So I think this is something that's definitely needed in terms of the Algorand ecosystem, and pretty excited to see how it develops. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, the feature of this Arg 017 is that basically user is trading by his own account, so it's pretty secure.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Ludo. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. We'll go back to Greengo. I think they're back on the call. They figured out their technical difficulty. So Paulo, let's try to continue with your demo where you left off.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry about that. I just kept talking and didn't realize that I crashed. So let me just get back to the demo. So here's the landing page of the platform where are shown all the projects that are created by the users. So a creator can click the Create Project tab on the top right to start defining a new crowdfunding. So after filling all the fields and sign all the transactions through Algo Signer, a new contract will be deployed on the Algorand testnet that will take care of managing the funds. And we get the app ID as well. So in order to invest in a project, one can simply click on it and specify the amount of Algo to send. So here we have decided to send one Algo that's going to be held by the escrow contract that we just deployed. We also have a user area where a user can check the status of his projects as well as the ones he has decided to invest in. And if the crowdfunding is over and the goal is reached, he can collect the funds if he was the creator, of course. And if not, he can ask for a refund. So here we have laid down a roadmap for the future. So we plan to have a token pre-sale to raise capital for the development and launch on mainnet in the first quarter of the next year. In Q2, we plan to integrate the governance and the DAO features while making the website fully mobile compatible. And in Q3, we want to be able to accept different cryptocurrencies as well as funding capital for the projects. And then we'll take it from there, I guess.
Quick question, Paulo. So what are you guys gonna be governing precisely with the governance token?
So, I mean, basically, we want to give the community the chance to choose some green project driven by sustainable principles, and basically get some small fees from each donation towards those kind of projects. So basically, we will have a treasury decided by the community, let's say every quarter, and we're gonna collect some funds from the donation and the platform fees to fund those green projects, of course, for all the sustainability and purpose that I was talking about.
I got one. Who would you say are kind of the closest competitors, right? So who, I mean, what are maybe some comparable platforms that you're looking to disrupt?
I mean, for what concerns crowdfunding on Algorand, I think our only main competitor is Techo. That's another crowdfunding platform. But I strongly believe that our purpose, I mean, I really feel that you know, sustainability is going to be a big trend for the next 10 years. I mean, it's something that we cannot escape from. So basically, I think giving incentives for people to create, innovate, and fund green project will be something that could give our project more traction than the standard ones that we have right now. And I mean, basically, outside of Algorand, we have a ton of you know, crowdfunding platform. I mean, the most used one are still not on chain, and I really believe that crowdfunding made on chain will be something that, you know, not on chain crowdfunding platform could not beat. I mean, I think it's going to be much better, mostly because of the transaction fees.
So again, sorry, please go on, right? So you have I'm kind of assuming you're not just targeting the Algo fam, right? You're targeting
right. We want to be
right.
I mean,
Algorand allows you to have that competitive advantage because of the speed,
exactly,
because of the scalability, because of the low transaction fees. So again, who are you competing? Who are the big boys that you're competing with?
Who are the big boys? I mean, I guess Mama Crowd, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, you know, those not on chain crowdfunding.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. I think that's it from the judges. Thanks so much, Paulo. Let's head over to Algo AMM with Pavel.
Yeah, so we are Algo AMM, automated prediction market maker on Algorand. The application is hosted on Vercel, and the code is available on our repository on GitHub. So our team includes 2 full-stack blockchain engineers. Previously, we have completed Filecoin and Encode Accelerator. We also won AI Portfolio Tracker with the Uniswap bounty on Gitcoin, and we published Artificial Intelligence and Algorand solution on Algorand Developers Portal. The problem that we're trying to solve with Algo AMM is that crypto assets are greatly correlated. There is excessive interdependence between assets, which creates obstacles to the effective diversification of the investment portfolio. The solution that we are proposing is an automated prediction market maker, which provides further hedging and diversification unconditional on broader crypto markets. We also find interesting that the AMM could also reduce information asymmetry and produce insights on market underlying assumptions. So here's our demo. First, we connect to the application with my Algo wallet. We start the AMM by funding it with gas, which is Algo. We opt in into the newly created pool assets, which includes 2 option tokens and pool token. Next, we are going to provide liquidity with USDC in return for the pool token, which allows us to trade option tokens. In this case, we purchase Yes token. As we swap, the ratio changes. The price changes as well. So the event is resolved to Yes. So now we can redeem our Yes token for a stablecoin, and the liquidity provider withdraws his liquidity, his pool token for stablecoin as well. So on our roadmap, we would like to add more pools, and we would also like to implement more than 2 options. And in the current setup, it's only yes or no, but like the poly market, for example, uses multiple options. And we also find interesting the setup of Uniswap with efficient Oracle. So yeah, I guess that's the presentation.
Thanks so much, Pavel. Any questions from our judges?
Yeah, so with prediction markets, it's always really tricky because, well, a number of things. There's a regulatory component, but there's also the limitlessness of it, right? Like you can gamble on sports, you can guess whatever, who's going to be the next president. You can essentially gamble on the weather, right? Like there's really, you can do anything. So I guess the question is, what is that preliminary use case that you would foresee people using this for?
So to be honest, like primarily I was inspired by the case of poly markets. Like I think it's the only comparable like application which is like only available on Polygon at the moment. And to be honest, like the more popular events on poly market are directly related to, for example, Ethereum merge, when it will happen, some like political events. But like personally, I've bet on like the Fields medal, yeah, the winner of the Fields medal. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's limitless, but basically, I think like the ecosystem events are significant.
Great, I think that's it. Thanks so much, Pavel, in the Algo AMM team. Now we have kind of a cool intersection between kind of DeFi and NFTs with Mint Engine. Pascal will be presenting. Pascal, are you there?
Hello, everyone. My name is Pascal from Mint Engine. Mint Engine is a comprehensive suite of Web3 instruments spread across an ecosystem of distributed ledgers. We are a 2-man team, myself and Obiajulu. We've been working on this project for over a year. Mint Engine aims to fix the problem of interoperability, complexity, and eliminate the need for coding to utilize the ledger's full capabilities. Our solution to this includes Mint Engine aims to serve as the bridge for cross-ledger asset transfer by combining the essential ecosystem dApps into a single well-organized UI. Mint Engine creates a single easy access entry point to the Web3 space. Mint Engine simplifies the process of utilizing the ledger's full capabilities by providing the suite of tools needed. Mint Engine's suite of tools includes account manager, asset manager, DeFi suites, and potentially NFT marketplace. This is a quick demo of Mint Engine. This is what the wallet page looks like. Right now, I'm performing multiple transfer of assets. Mint Engine supports multiple transfer of assets to different accounts. I'm getting the transaction. I just sent 6 Algo and 1256 Hackathon token to an address. These are asset manager page where you can create NFTs with different reusable templates, can create NFT collections, custom assets, Web3 tickets, securities, and even fractional NFT. Right now, I'm creating a test token, and this token will be deployed on Algorand testnet. Now, this is what the asset manager page looks like. You can manage your assets, you can freeze for an account, claw back, modify an asset, and even delete the asset from the network. Now, this is the exchange. We've integrated TinyMan Exchange to Mint Engine. This is an example of integrating ecosystem dApps into a single UI. I'm swapping 3 Algo for 37 USDC. This is on testnet. We also support multiple accounts management and importation and creation of accounts. Our future plans include integration of more Algorand ecosystem dApps, support for fungible and non-fungible token information, support for NFT gallery, support for Wallet Connect, and development of Mint Engine Marketplace. Thank you for listening. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. So again, really impressed by just the kind of broad suite of tools that you built here. I'd be honestly, like offline, I'd be curious to learn a little more about it. It's clear that 3 minutes is enough, but I guess again, I'm kind of curious about how all of those different dots are connected. So for example, the minting feature, great, right? Like it's wonderful to have kind of these seamless processes that allow anyone to mint their own NFTs. I'm kind of puzzled, I gotta admit, about how that's related to the DEX, portion, and maybe some of the other components that you've built out. So if you could maybe just help refine, again, the primary use case, and say like when a user first interacts with Mint Engine, what are they actually doing?
Okay, so new users are usually confused when interacting with the Web3 space for the first time. There are a barrage of ecosystem tools, and they don't know how to navigate through the blockchain ecosystem space. Mint Engine aims to be the one-stop for all that by providing the native blockchain features and the essential ecosystem tools in one UI. Like for Algorand, you can utilize the native ecosystem features like minting of a token, minting of NFTs. We even simplified it by creating other use cases like Web3 tickets and security. For the exchange, we integrated TinyMan. Now, if you're on Mint Engine, instead of, let's say you create a token and adding liquidity, and you want to add liquidity, instead of switching to TinyMan, like switching to another dApp, you can just add liquidity on Mint Engine directly by utilizing TinyMan's Mint Engine feature.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll jump in. I think, Pasha, you have kind of like, worked on something that's really interesting, because I mean, on Algorand, there's like so many dApps, right? So sometimes when I'm trying to look for a specific NFT exchange, I can't even remember the name. When I'm looking for DEX, I don't know which one has the best rates. So I think that the point and where you started from, I think that's really cool. Like, to simplify the user experience for the basic Algorand user. And that's what one thing that we are trying to work on. Yeah.
And if I could just add, I love the vision, and I love the fact that you're trying to create this one-stop shop. I think that's a wonderful kind of objective and place that you want to go to. But each one of those things that you're trying to do, is really, really hard to do well. So, as you design a product, you have to kind of avoid, or just be thoughtful, mindful of the trap of, trying to do a bunch of things okay. Right. And that really means, like, the implication being that either you need a large enough team to have the bandwidth to focus again on executing all these different components in depth with wonderful UX in a seamless, intuitive fashion, or, right, alternatively, you start with one thing that you do really, really well, and then over time you expand that. So again, just kind of a couple words. I hope you find that useful.
Yeah, thank you very much for your advice.
Thanks so much for the advice from the judges. Thanks, Pascal, and everybody on Mint Engine. Another great use case of NFTs is ReNFT. Do we have Laith on the call for ReNFT?
Hello, everyone. We are presenting to you ReNFT, renewable NFTs with smart contracts. We're a team of two brothers. My name is Sai Maduri, and I'm here with Lalit Maduri. Together, we have over 2 years of experience developing on Algorand. We both have technical background, and we also launched the Algorand name service together. ReNFT provides tools and infrastructure for designing, building, and launching NFT gated communities, and especially ReNFTs supports renewable NFTs where users can purchase a subscription for a limited period and then renew it after the period expires. Additionally, the ReNFT tools and infrastructure enables community incentives for good behavior, such as public users can easily query and look up NFTs that have expired but not been renewed yet, and they can go and revoke it or destroy it for some community incentive, some reward.
We also prepared a short demo for this project, demonstrating our progress so far. So here's the home screen of ReNFT. And here we're supporting all the major wallets on Algorand, including Para, Algo and MyAlgo. And to go ahead and create your subscription service, you can provide your token name, asset name, description, and duration. And once you click on submit, all of these transactions will be submitted to the network, and you'll see that the subscription service is active. And to view all the subscriptions that are all the services that are currently offering subscriptions, you can go to the homepage, and here all the subscriptions will be listed. We're also planning to add more description in the homepage eventually. Now we're starting off again with Para Wallet. You can open your iOS or Android app and connect your wallet. To get a subscription, you can click on any of the subscriptions and view this description and other information. And once you click on submit, you'll be prompted to sign transactions. And once all of those go through, you can see that you have successfully subscribed. And the My Subscriptions tab lists all the subscriptions that you're registered from, from this service. Now, Revoke is an incentive mechanism for the users to look up expired NFTs from the Blockchain Explorer and click on submit. And if the NFT is actually expired, they'll be incentivized as mentioned by the project creator. So that was a quick demo. Our future plans for ReNFT include building more tools and infrastructure, such as the Discord bot and other tools for NFT-gated communities to launch their service. And we're also planning to extend the smart contracts to support generative art for NFTs. And finally, we're also planning to integrate the design into the ANS registry contracts. That was ReNFT. Thank you for your time and attention. And we're happy to take any questions you have at this point.
Thanks so much, ReNFT. Any questions from our judges?
Quick one on the UX side, guys. I mean, subscription, one of the pain points of subscription is that you always forget that you're subscribed to something or that you have to renew it or whatever. Do you have in your roadmap some sort of notification service to remind people?
Yeah, so that is a planned feature, and we would like to collaborate with other projects to be able to provide this ideally, but we do have plans. Otherwise, in the lack of such infrastructure being developed at Algorand, we do have plans to use P2P infrastructure for notifications and building identifiers and things like that to make this process way easier.
I think that's it. Thanks so much, Lalith and Sai from ReNFT. Great project. Now kind of switching gears into kind of gaming and NFT applications. We're going to move to SoMove. Mud, take it away.
Hey, all right. So let me share my screen. All right, okay. Hi everyone, I'm Mud from SoMove, and I'm excited to share the game that we're building. So the team is comprised of myself and Daniel. So Daniel has background in physics, computer vision, and also game development, while my background is in traditional finance and game development. So I think the problems that we see right now with Web3 games is that there's a lack of interesting things that you can do. There's a lot of land and all that, but people go there, but there's nothing actually to do in game. And additionally, you can see that some of these transactions are really expensive and it's slow to complete. So this is where our solution comes in. SoMove is to ensure that you can dance, you can have fun, it's interactive, and also utilizing on Algorand, right, which is known for its speed and its cheap transaction costs. So SoMove is a free-to-play AR fitness game. You can try it right now in Discord. And it's casual to play. It's casual, it's free to play, and we want more people to come and try it out. So let's just jump straight away into the demo. So here you can actually connect your Algorand wallet, you just Para Algo wallet, and you can see your balance, and you can also see the NFTs that you have bought. And there are some that's not locked yet, so you have to go and buy them. So you can see your scores as well on this screen, which is your calories burned and your high score. So let's try the first game mode. So you can try out the songs, which are NFTs as well, and we are integrated with a platform called Audius. So for this first mode, you have to dance and follow the big blue character at the back. So you can see the jumping jacks will result in points, and you can do combos as well. So let's fast forward this and showcase another mode that we have in our game. Right, so these score and calories burn, these are saved into the menu and also stored in the Algorand blockchain itself. So the next mode that we have is called the dance mode. So you can see it's being updated. So the next mode is the dance mode. So in this mode, you have to fit your body parts and make sure that you follow the icons that are coming up on the screen. So here, Dan will play it for a few seconds. As you can see, as you hit it, you'll get the scores and the combo. And let's just fast forward it. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think the roadmap, the first half of the year, we spent a lot on building the core team, the advisors from AAA studios like Ubisoft, and we also hired artists. And for the next half of the year, we plan to do our NFT sale and also add on onto the feedback that we've gotten from all these players that have played on the game. And then for future plans, we are trying to apply for grants and at the same time fundraise, but also most importantly, grow the community with events and dance competitions. Thank you.
Thanks, SoMove. Any questions from our judges?
Yeah, this was pretty cool, guys. Good job. Couple of questions. First of all, can you play this from mobile yet? Or like when you place your camera, is it just from laptop? And second, I think it's pretty cool you're integrated with Audius. Have you launched on Solana already? Or is that just like the integration is with Audius, but you have not deployed on Solana? And if you have, what type of traction have you witnessed so far?
Right. I think for the first question regarding the mobile, I think you can actually play it on mobile, but I think we have faced some issues with the frame rate, and also people are saying that the icons are too small and all that. So I think regarding that, we plan to build different game modes. So there are some game modes that are better played with a laptop, with a webcam, and then there are other game modes that will integrate on mobile itself. So that is like to be confirmed in the future. And then for the next part, for the Solana one, I think we are exploring a lot of layer ones, but I think for Solana, it's just that you can actually connect your wallet and see if these NFTs are there. I think traction on Solana wise, I think we have spoken with a few people, and I think there are a lot of people who are interested in the game in general. But I think the main issue is that I think a lot of people are more concerned about the tokens and all that. But for us, we plan to not release the token too early. We want to time it in a way that, you know, make a fun game, make sure that the community is really strong, and then later on along the line, we'll see if tokens make sense.
Just to add to that, I think that's a great move. Overall, just question on the token, like, are you gonna use the token just to reward users, or are you planning to fundraise through the token, or mainly stick to equity as you fundraise, so that you know, you can just give rewards to the actual user, not to early investor that might dump, like what happened with something like Steppen, for example?
Yeah, I think we are exploring a few things. I think definitely there's a hybrid model of like doing equity and also doing SAFT, where you give tokens to investors. Right now, I think we are trying to look out for grants, try to bootstrap as long as possible and not take in like outside money. So let's try. I think for now, we are planning to do that for as long as possible. And then later on, if it makes sense to partner with investors or people who we think will add value to the team, I think we will.
I think that's it. Thanks so much to SoMove, Mud and Dan. Thanks so much. Great project. Let's head. Sorry, I muted myself there. Let's head over to our next project with Algo Ranchero and Lex.
Beautiful. I might need a little help from Steve if you can. I posted the my slide presentation on the chat. If you can cue that up, give me a little 3, 2, 1. And while we're setting that up, my name is Lex. I'm a seasoned game developer, and I created Algo Ranchero basically by myself. I have a larger team with blockchain alchemy, and if this is a good fit with Algorand, we would build this out into a AAA full-fledged adventure game. Just give me a 3, 2, 1 when you're ready to play.
Yeah, Ready to go, Lex, whenever you are.
Cool. So this is Algo Ranchero. It's the world's first play-to-earn Western adventure game. It's playing. All right, yeah. It's an open world adventure, meaning that there's a whole world for you to explore. You choose your own path, so you can do good or cause chaos and collect items along the way. And most importantly, it's play to earn, meaning everything you collect can be bought, sold, and traded on Algorand marketplaces. NFT gaming is one of the fastest growing sectors in Web3. It has greater retention than traditional marketplaces and DeFi. And Algo Ranchero leverages NFTs and the NFT marketplaces in Algorand. And it grows the ecosystem exponentially. So in Algo Ranchero, you own everything from skins to horses to travel faster, even land. So you own a piece of Algo Ranchero. You skip it a little forward. Let's see where we're at. We're good. Keep going. And then so for the roadmap, our first item is the ticket to ride. It's an all access pass for the game in its pre-release state. Then there's characters where you can unlock, buy, sell, and trade, unlock skins and customizations for your characters, for the way your character looks. Then we have collab missions, where we collaborate with existing Algorand artists to create custom missions, and finally duels, which is gunslinging. So our first NFT is the ticket to ride. It gives the owner early access to the game in its pre-release state. So they can see the game as it's being built, and this builds community. It gives us valuable feedback from players, and most importantly, it gives rewards early adopters with this exclusive perk that nobody else will have. And here's the live demo. This is algoranchero.com. This site gives you a little bit of background, shows you the roadmap, and gives you a little bit more information about the game before you start. You can activate the game with any of these buttons. So this is the actual game. It's WebGL. It's all web-based, so it works on mobile, PC, Mac, all this. And this is the first functionality, the ticket to ride. So it looks like you don't have a ticket to ride. If you go ahead and click on this ticket right there, it will take you to the AB2 gallery where we have a listing for the ticket to ride, where you can buy it with Algorand on one of the premier Algorand marketplaces. And once you have the ticket to ride, it checks your wallet. There's no gas fees, it's read only. And there you go. Now you're actually in the game in the pre-release state, and you can enjoy it as it's being built. It's a third-person open world adventure game with a lot of action, a lot of collectibles, a lot of customizations, and it's incredibly fun. It's based on like Westworld and Red Dead Redemption, really popular franchises, and we think it's a great fit for Algorand. And if that is the case, we will be happy to build this out in its entirety for the community. And this is, you can actually see this video, it's in chat if you want to hop in there. Also algoranchero.com, Algo Ranchero on the social medias. And that's Algo Ranchero.
Awesome, thanks so much, Lex. Any questions from our judges?
Yeah, good, great presentation. Like quick one on the, so what are, can you just tell us like the next couple of like milestones after you enter the game and like move around in the environment? Like what are the extra functionalities, the very next ones, like the very next two that you're planning?
Sure. So it's open world adventure, right? So there's the first few in our roadmap is like skins, and you go explore some different area, maybe like a Native American tribe. You unlock that kind of character skins. Then we have missions, right? So these missions are there'll be collectible, special, limited edition missions that Algorand artists will be able to release themselves that will be compatible with our game, and then there'll be general missions that are also in collaboration with existing Algorand artists. And then in this short sprint, the final kind of milestone will be duels, which is an action-packed dueling, where you're very familiar with the kind of showdown, OK Corral kind of thing, right? Where you have one-on-one gunslinging events, which will be able to earn prizes.
Great, thanks so much, Lex and the Algo Ranchero team. We'll head it over to our next kind of gaming type project with Watchmen. James, or Jim, sorry, are you on call?
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how about you?
I'm doing excellent. All right, so I work for Ager Tactics, and one of the projects that we developed here is called Watchmen, and it's a tool that we utilize. So I'll walk through it. So our core team is made up of individuals that come from a background in professional gaming and programming. And Ager Tactics is a digital card game where the assets are backed by NFTs. And here you can see like a quick gameplay demo. We don't want to show too much right now because we actually have a official gameplay demo release August 10th. So this is just a sneak peek. Now, Ager Tactics API uses queries to look up previous transactions, which require an archival node. And since we want full control of our dependencies, we need to deploy one ourselves. The problem with running an archival node is the cost. So here you can see a quick graph from AlgoScan on the current requirements for running an archival node. And to solve this problem, we created this tool called Watchmen, which allows us to monitor a standard AlgoD node for newly created blocks and populate our own minified version of the archival node, which only tracks our assets, and it results in lower costs. So some use cases for Ager Tactics are that we use it for match history, trade history, holder roles in our Discord, and the general population could use this for arbitrage bots. I'll be demoing that because it's a little bit more relatable than showing the API calls. And any project that wants to track their own assets and require faster response times. So I'm going to show a quick demo of using it for transaction monitoring on TinyMan. And basically this demo is going to be, it's basically going to be tracking, or it's going to be doing trades between FTX and TinyMan. So I know this is going pretty fast, but you can see that every now and then I only print out just for status updates when it's a divisible by 10 block for Watchmen, and I sped things up here just for the demo. But every time there's an update to a TinyMan pool, in this case I'm tracking USDC, then it immediately checks what the new value that's being passed through the pool is, and it checks the new spread cost. So you can see how monitoring the AlgoD node for immediate updates could possibly give you an advantage over other arbitrage bots. So now our future plans are we're going to make watching pending. We're going to allow people to watch for pending transactions most likely, and we also want to reduce the latency of reading from the AlgoD node, so that there's definitely a lot of possibilities that we can do for this. And if you have any suggestions or you want to just use this code base, we open sourced it, so you can find it on our repo. And that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Thanks so much, Jim. Any questions from our judges?
Yeah, quick one. Thanks, Jim. On the since you open source, which by the way, great choice. Have you had any feedback from the community? Has anybody used it so far? Maybe just
Not
open
yet.
source. Okay.
Not yet, because this is the official announcement of it. So. Yep.
Got it. How much of the how would you say this would improve your gameplay in terms of like ager tactics? You know, I mean, I guess considering like also how much of the gameplay will be on chain.
Yeah. So our game is actually mostly going to be communicating to our API, and our API is basically just a wrapper that interacts with our own minified Algo D node, or indexer node, I should say. So the way that adding this in versus using a full-fledged archival node is mostly for development purposes. Like it would cost us, I want to say a few $1,000s every month to run a full archival node. And that for us is really limiting, especially during the development period. So I know that a lot of other projects like NFD, they also do a similar thing for their project. But it's really beneficial for cost-wise. And then if we ever want to do catch up and maintain our own state, it's really important. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Awesome.
Another thing just to point out is if we were hitting the indexer node, because the amount of data there is much greater, the latency, you can fine tune it a lot more with having your own node that you're responsible for that's minified. All right.
I think that is it. Thanks so much, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And to round it out with our final project is, you know, great integration of gaming and DeFi. We have DeFi for NFT, and Iasu or Caleb will take us away.
Okay. As DeFi for NFT, we are gamifying finance. The presentation will be as follows. We are a team of 2 with experience in game dev and animation. What made us start this project was the first time I used DeFi. It wasn't simple, it was overwhelming with all the token names and buzzwords. And we wondered, how can we make DeFi simpler and more pleasurable for those yet to join? What makes DeFi for NFT different? First, we have a pure non-custodial borrow lend, which is based on no escrow and no liquidity pool, which gives full control of assets. Second, for interoperability, we have Circles Bridge to move assets across 9 chains. And for user interaction, a social VR wallet where we have created an immersive user experience. When borrowing collateral NFTs remain frozen in the account, thus any DAO participation or KYC assets can be collateralized. For lenders, assets remains in account until it is lent out. And as a standard, DeFi for NFT has no interest rate for borrowers, only a flat fee of 3%, which is given to liquidity providers. For the demo, I will show you what extracting assets, swapping them, borrowing with them, or bridging stablecoin looks like. This is gamified finance inside a social VR. It is going to replace flat screen interaction. Let me pick up the wallet connector object and start the connection. A wallet connect session keyword will appear. I can scan it with any Algorand wallet connect that accepts wallet connect. Let me now get my into this social VR wallet. This will bring up an object which can be interacted with physically. Now, let me swap a stablecoin with an LP token. he has set 1 USDC for my 1 DUSD. Now spinning the table, I get a request on my wallet with the DiatomiX swap transaction. I accept the transaction, and then I can also bridge USDC from other chains. For instance, I can use the ETH logo, an Ethereum address attached to our connected Algorand address will pop up. Sending USDC to it automatically gets us USDC in our Algorand address. You can check out other interactions in the wallet with the link in the comments. Finally, our future plan is to have more immersion by adding voice command interactions and a guided bot to help users interact with virtual wallet. Second, we plan on adding all native Algorand transactions. Additionally, we will have a reward based on milestones achieved by the user, which will probably encourage them to meet their financial goals. Thank you. If you have any questions, you're welcome. In the meantime, we will keep on playing the demo.
Great, thanks, Iyasu. Any questions from our judges?
Iyasu, I'll ask. First of all, thank you. Thanks for the presentation. I love where your head's at, but I am kind of wondering if the objective is to make this process simpler. Why did you choose kind of this VR environment, right? Like, to me, simpler means for most users familiar, and familiar is not VR, right? Like it's kind of maybe the Web 2 experience that people are used to in a Web 3 environment. So I'm kind of curious about how you're thinking about this.
Okay, when users get onboarded to DeFi, usually users only use a single web app by themselves. Maybe someone might guide them, but with a VR with getting communities to cooperate together, it might be more entertaining. Plus, the interactions are more of physical interactions. And in the future plan, we're including a guide bot. The guide bot will be a good assistant for users. And actually, this can also be used on PC. VR headsets are not requested.
Okay, so you're saying, if I'm understanding you correctly, you were trying to kind of build an experience, correct, around the process. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. I think that's it. Thanks so much, Iyasu and Caleb from DeFi for NFT, and kind of rounding us out here. Now we will go into kind of the judging stage. So I will create a breakout room for the judges in our lead OMG. They will kind of deliberate for the next 10 minutes. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the pitches. You see the judges clapping there a little bit. Thanks, everyone. Amazing pitches here today. We're in the home stretch. We will start deliberating now. So let me open up that breakout room for our judges.
While waiting for judge rooms, actually breakout just turned off. I wanted to encourage people that the projects, if you have your Twitter account, please feel free to share on the chat so that other people can follow you. And now, judges, let's meet in the breakout room.
Thanks so much, OMG. Yes, to reiterate that, please kind of post your project, your Twitters, etc. This is a great, place to get that recognition, get that kind of exposure. I know some teams already have done it. Big thanks to everybody showing up here today, and thanks for everybody and your hard work and dedication over these last 4, 5, 6 weeks. I've met with a lot of you over this, got to know you one-on-one. Love those kind of experiences and kind of understanding where you've grown and have you kind of continued with the project. I would like to kind of turn it over and talk a little bit more about Encode Club and kind of the resources we provide here as a company. Not only do we provide 100% support in these hackathons. Excuse me, I think I need to add one more person to the breakout room. Sorry about that. It just kind of lost my train of thought here. I'll actually pass it over to Laura. She's our head of talent. Like I was saying, the resources that we provide a lot of recruitment resources here. And Laura, are you on the call by chance to kind of tell us a little bit more about what we do on the recruitment side of things here?
Perfect. Thanks, Steve. Well done, everyone. Those were some amazing projects presented impeccably. So I just wanted to quickly introduce myself and talk a little bit about what we do on the careers side of things. So kind of your journey definitely doesn't end here. I'm sure Steve's going to talk to you a little bit more about what's to follow on the program side in terms of accelerators. But on the hiring side, we offer a lot of one-to-one support. So if you're thinking that you might also like a job whilst pursuing a project, or, actually, you've enjoyed the program, but you want a full-time job, we do one-to-one calls. So in those calls, we kind of discuss, what your aims and goals are, what you're looking to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, how we set goals to achieve those. Set kind of different aims to achieve the overall goals. We go through kind of profiles, so LinkedIn, CVs, GitHubs. We also talk about kind of applications, where to find jobs. On the other side of that, we're very much partnered with some amazing companies in this space. So we have about kind of like 30, 40, actually maybe even 50 now, partner companies who are directly hiring from the community, which is amazing. And, by doing our programs, it does give you a bit of a seal of approval saying, you're kind of, stamped by Encode and you've gone through and done our programs. So if you're interested in any of those jobs, where you'll find it is in the jobs channels on our Discord server. So we have new jobs, we have a database of all of the active jobs that are going at the moment, and we also have a resources page to help you kind of prepare for those interviews. And that's more of a community resource. So if you have any great resources to prepare, then feel free to drop those in there as well. I also kind of wanted to quickly mention one of the past companies who are now hiring from the Encode community. So Finance were in your kind of position not that long ago doing the Algorand Hackathon. They also did the accelerator and now kind of have done a bit of a spin-off product and have got funding and building their own team. So they're actually looking for a back-end developer and also a smart contract developer. So what I'll do is I'll pop the links in there for those roles if anyone's interested in taking a look at those. But yeah, that's a bit of hopefully an inspirational story for you guys to take your projects further, do the accelerator program, and actually take your products to market and look for some funding, which is pretty exciting. But again, for those of you that are looking to kind of go down a different path and find full-time, part-time or contract work, please do feel free to get in touch. I'm going to post my Twitter and my Discord into the channel, so anyone feel free to pop me a message. Twitter is where we also post our brand new jobs, so if you want to apply quickly, make sure you follow us on Twitter. And if you are interested in setting up a call, all I ask is that you fill out this really quick form, which I'm just about to post in the chat. So the form just gives us an overview of what you're kind of looking for and kind of puts us in a good position to help you in the future. But I think that's everything from me. Steve, is there anything else that I've missed?
I think that was it. I think that's great. Maybe we post kind of a link to kind of that jobs specific channel. I'll do that now. That's where kind of like Laura was saying, all of our new jobs are kind of posted, as well as our Twitter. So please kind of stay up to date on that for anything there. Yeah, that is just kind of one more aspect that we kind of do here at Encode Club and really try to encourage is kind of the recruitment, as a lot of you are coming to us as kind of first time, intro into Web3, making their first, smart contract through one of our hackathons or going through one of our boot camps and are looking for kind of a way to turn, an area to kind of move to, and hey, how do I tap into this space? How do I really, understand who's hiring, what are the skills needed? Laura is kind of a great resource for all of that. So happy to have her on, and she's happy to talk with kind of anybody that is looking for kind of these type of resources. And that kind of leads me to kind of the next thing we do here at Encode Club. I kind of mentioned it briefly there, is kind of boot camp. So, you know, our intention is to, you know, train you in various avenues here through, you know, Web3 and your Web3 journey. And as, you know, we're presenting here and it's a hackathon and you're kind of working and developing as, you know, an engineer through a project, a personal project, and you're kind of working backwards on, you know, what is the process to actually finish my goal and get there, and learning the skills on the way. However, you know, that's not one size fits all. We have kind of boot camps, which is, you know, the flip of that, where you come in, you want to learn a skill such as Solidity, for example, and we kind of run you through an 8 or a 4-week intensive, you know, boot camp that teaches you all the things you need to know to kind of understand that language and be able to build kind of smart contracts on that. So in the past, we've had, you know, various Solidity type programs, a regular one as well as an expert. And then we've had a Solana one teaching you how to develop smart contracts on Rust. We've also had a ZK specific. So learning how to, you know, understand ZK proofs, ZK, you know, Starks, etc. So we've actually just opened up and had, you know, another cohort this past week. So we're actually running 4 boot camps currently, and we'll kind of try to continue that into the future. So please kind of stay up to date on our website as well with kind of all of our education and boot camps. I'm going to kind of post our link to the boot camp, the boot camp webpage we have right on our website. This is kind of going to be periodically updated as we have more boot camps coming. We have a couple cool ones in the future. You know, we'll continue to have, you know, expert in ZK as well as our regular Solidity boot camp. And, you know, we have an Algorand one here on the horizon. That is, you know, a big one for you guys, especially people coming here trying to learn, trying to build on Algorand, wanting to kind of figure out how to kind of the next level with your smart contracts. And with that being said, you know, we want to make a 8-week intensive boot camp to kind of train you and do that. And then therefore you can take the skills and enter in maybe even another Algorand hackathon like we have now, or, you know, one of our accelerators, or even kind of taking those skills like we, you know, learning here today, or learning through kind of the boot camp and getting a job through like Finance, kind of like Laura was saying here earlier today. You know, they're looking for, you know, smart contract devs within kind of the Algorand ecosystem. So, you know, all these, you know, you're adding to your resume, you're compounding, you're learning over time through Encode, and, you know, you'll eventually kind of reach your goals. So that's the kind of mission we have here at Encode Club, and kind of what we're trying to do and foster. So those are kind of the highlights at Encode Club in everything we do. So any questions that you have on, you know, boot camps relating to, you know, our application process, you know, when's our next cohorts, etc., please kind of ping me, as, you know, I will be happy to answer your questions. I know I do have a lot of people that I need to kind of attend to on some messages, so be patient with me a little bit and we'll kind of get there. Let's see. Alex, I saw you jump back here. How is the judging room going?
We are back.
We are back. Amazing. Awesome. OMG, I'll pass it over to you to kind of finish this off and kind of announce our winners.
Okay, sounds good, everyone. So it took a while because every project was so amazing, and judges were like sharing all the ideas. How can we choose the winner in this like tough fight? Now we're gonna announce the 3 different sections of the winners quick, and all the information going to be announced in the article one more time. So if you are wondering like which one was it, like you can go back to our Medium article and Twitter thread. First, DeFi, we have 4 different winners because there's a tie in 3rd. So first, VBank for 10,000 algo. Second place going to be Greengo, 5,000 Algo. I can see the judges are clapping. So people, if you want, you can maybe open your microphone and like. Woo! Woo! And then third prize going to be All Right and Algo AMM. So both are winning 1,000 Algo each. And now let's go for the NFT. So NFT first, actually, I just realized I should have started from the third one. Third one going to be a 2,000 Algo for DeFi for NFT. Congratulations. Second going to be 5,000 Algos for ReNFT. Congratulations again. And first going to be 10,000 Algos for Mint Engine. Congrats, guys. And now last section, gaming. Third prize going to be going to Watchmen, 2,000 Algo. Congratulations very much. Second going to be Algo Ranchero for 5,000. Amazing, amazing pitch. And our first winner going to be SoMove, 10,000 Algo. Congratulations, guys.
Amazing. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, everyone. This is great.
Lovely, lovely evening. Johanna, do you want to give some cheers to our hackers?
I do. I just, you know what, I actually was messaging in the Telegram group to your Encode just to saying, like, we were absolutely bowled over by the quality and the diverse mix of like hackers and applications, and just really well done to everyone. And just keep going. And you know, some of your ideas you might need to pivot a tiny bit or to something. So, but just keep hacking. Okay, keep going. Well done.
Lovely. Yes, everyone, like keep hacking, never stop. This is like perfect timing to build. Now I would like to propose we make a great group photo together. So everyone, if you can turn on your camera, that can be amazing.
Cheese.
Everyone's, oh my gosh, Shamir. Oh, Shamir is with his friend. So cute.
One more.
Smile.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you, guys. This was great.
Thanks, everyone. Yeah, this was fun. Have a good day, night.
Thanks, everyone. All right. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks to everyone at Algorand Foundation.
Thanks, everyone. Congratulations, guys.
Bye-bye.